Just an update on my targeted life. As you see from the last video, I have learned to somehow record the V2K frequencies. Now, the more I thought about it, I was like, because when the frequencies come in, right, it's basically a wave, right? It's a frequency wave. It comes in, and then once it hit the auditory cortex processes it, and then that's how you hear words. Or I also thought about bone conduction because I've been thinking to myself because I was like, wait, how did I? Because I managed to get their voice, but I'm like, did the phone just decrypt the frequency, or is my skull basically conducting this sound? Because bone conduction, sound is a real thing. You can look that up. But anyway, yeah. So I told you my mom been in the hospital this whole time. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty well. No, I already know that what she was going through was definitely heavy electromagnetic. Attacks because I used my neodymium magnets, and I kind of traced throughout her body, and I found a few heavy magnetized areas on her body, including her chest, which is why she complained about having this heaviness, this trouble breathing. And I'm like, telling from the way she was, struggling to breathe, I've had that, until I took the magnet and I hold it over my chest, and then I pull, like I literally pull the energy right out my chest. Like it almost feels like sucking the air out of a balloon, because that's basically what the attack feels like when they focus that energy on your chest. It's basically like if you had like a whoopee cushion inside of your chest plate, and then they filled it with hot air, and then it started to expand. That's exactly what it feels like. So when I take the magnet and I hold it over my chest, the one thing you'll notice is like when you hold the magnet, right? One second. Give me a second. One second. Okay. So I keep trying to tell people, right? When you hold the neodymium magnet, this is how you have to hold it, because this is the only way it's really going to work. Well, one or two ways you could hold the magnet. You see, this is like a stack of about nine. This is about nine magnets, right? You hold it one or two ways. One, you hold it at the very tip of your fingers, just like this, and you add tension between your thumb and your index finger. I don't really know exactly what that does, but when I pinch the magnet, it basically creates, it almost feels like the magnet's gravitational pull gets even, not gravitational pull or magnetic pull, but it's like it gets stronger. And like you can feel like energy going to the magnet. Like you can feel energy going to the magnet. And when I so okay. So as I'm going down with the magnet and I'm holding it at the end, I can feel a field. And it's not necessarily my field, because it's not necessarily my energy field, but it's a field. And as soon as I get to about right here, it's here, goes across, comes down a little bit, goes there, and then come across, and then for whatever reason it comes right back up, and then there's a focal point that's like right here. And as I'm pinching the magnet, right, the magnet begins to get pulled to my body. If you do the same thing and you get the same feeling, you're definitely being radiated with electromagnetic energy, or well, what I've been learning is that the perps are basically using the electromagnetic fields all around us to basically radiate us. So almost think of it think of it like something jumping from different, let's say, portals, right? Consider it like someone, like I forgot. There's there's a cartoon or comic character that can literally jump from different sources, right? So it's like, imagine, consider your wall outlet. Your wall outlet actually pushes out an electromagnetic field, because if you take an EMF detector and you put it against the wall outlet, those numbers would shoot up like crazy. Because your wall outlet produces an electromagnetic field, they can basically use that as a source and then aim a, I guess, aim a what you call it, aim a frequency wave to you, and your body will just suck it in, because your body is a conductive source itself, because you yourself actually produce electricity. So like right now, the magnet is being pulled to the body. Now as I slowly start to pull the magnet away from the body, you I will feel like something literally being pulled. As it's being pulled from my body, I could literally feel like it's almost like taking, it's like it's the strangest thing. And then the weirdest thing is, once you finish pulling, the magnet will feel like 3 times heavier than it did when you first picked it up. I wish I was like somebody who studied physics or something, or whatever, the majority of my life, so then I can know exactly what's happening. But I'm pretty sure if you pick up a magnet, right, and then you find a part of your body that feels magnetized to the magnet, and then when you apply a little tension to the magnet, and then you feel things being pulled to the magnet, then when you pull the magnet from your body, and then all of a sudden your body feels lighter, and then the magnet is now heavier than when you first picked it up, there's something odd about that. Now, yeah, so mom, she, spoke to her like a few minutes ago. She feels like she's doing better. And but throughout this time, she's been in the hospital since like Christmas Eve. Throughout this time, these perps been basically going so hard on me. They've been radiating the hell out of my body since she been out. And but you know what? You already know me. Take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. And I man, I just stay focused. I just stayed focused, man. They continued their attacks on me, but I stayed focused. I've been getting my angel numbers. That 444 been coming at me hard. So I was like, you know what? Stay focused. 444. That's basically my guardian angels letting me, giving me signs to just keep pushing, keep pushing. Don't let none of these perps, make you. Don't let none of them demoralize you, because that's their whole point, is to demoralize you. Um so yeah, yeah. But anyway, yeah, mom, she sounds pretty good. They still got her on oxygen. You know, um I'm not gonna say that I'm worried, but I do kind of worry that, like, when she comes back here, she's probably going to face the same radiation I'm dealing with. I mean, but, like God said, don't worry, because God has a plan for everything that happens. Everything that happens in the world happens exactly the way it's supposed to happen. And just like karmic energy, everything that you do wrong to somebody, you will eventually have to, atone for that very thing that, you will have to pay up at some point. Either you or someone close to you that you care about will have to pay up for what you've done. So that's what keeps me motivated, is realizing I don't do anything wrong to nobody. They're doing everything to me. So um but yeah, my mom, she's trying to come home, she's doing better. And it's funny, this constant sound of the radiation, it's it's so consistent, and I hear it like every single day, no matter where I'm at. But it's definitely a lot more heavier when I'm sitting, like in my bedroom, especially on my bed. And then it's already bad enough I have an outlet right next to, you hear all that, right? I have an outlet right next to my bed. And that's one of the things that they definitely warn you about when it comes to, electromagnetic radiation, is sleeping right next to an outlet. And then my bed has metal springs, so it's actually retaining that energy, which is basically radiating me in my sleep every day. So whatchamacallit, yeah, the sound that the radiation makes, or the waves, it's so consistent. It's like boom, 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 boom. That lets me know that it's probably a is that a extremely high frequency? Is it? Let me see, cause it sounds like it's a big wave, like whoom, 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 because I could tell the difference between that and then the V2K frequency is more. So the V2K, or synthetic telepathy frequencies, the transmitted frequencies that they use for the vocal communication, is more like. But when they're actually radiating your body, it sounds more like whoom, 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 whoom. So, but yeah, just giving y'all an update. I'm still tweaking, my ability to record this stuff audibly, and yeah. So remember, everybody, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. And just remember, do not fear no man, no woman on this planet. And remember, God told us to never fear death. Why? Because death is a part of life, and you never know when it's going to come. So it makes no sense in fearing death at all. I'm going to leave it at that. Peace.